Nkofo say Cheddar a confor or a scammer. What do you have to say about that?
Charlie, me kind of crash your missassim with me tea and my coma yemia. Cheddar, sanko or your cromfoa or your scammer, me.
Vimbas.
Back to my bama or cromfo fufro. Cheddar your cromfo or your scammer, me kind of crash or your scammer. On yes, come and chain Kufuadu, on yes, come and chain Mahama, on yes, come and chain Samijam, on yes, come and chop Ponkruma. Name of scammer, ebe via Ghana for Bediako Switzerland, Bediako go be manso. I could be back to a dynamo near the year, and Kabeto Cheddar. But Cheddar, Omna Metre style, scam yam, bro, for Nia good Nayan and number 5, if I'm not Kumo. Ghana for we don't reason.
It is an open fact, say Ghanaians binom MP Nana Kwame Bediako, Dudona friend Cheddar, and Jacob Freedom Caesar assemble because they allege and speculate without evidence say or a scammer. Omo allege say he was involved in credit card fraud UK, Arches Wako jail among others. He is not fit to become the president of Ghana. Until now, they haven't been any single evidence to back their claim. Ebinum Krechemu say Senior Otai at the age of 21, he made £1 million from selling scrap in the UK without evidence. Is another fishy scammer any intro arches or tie echa online to omonto aba enfamano. Now doctor, a very popular Ghanaian TikToker, Ababe replied to all these Ghanaians and haters of Nana Kwame Bediako, or say it is better to vote for Nana Kwame Bediako in that state than to vote for President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and I say former President John Dramani Mahama, or say for someone who they claim to be a scammer, so William Brofo, Ediabe developing Ghana, he is instead the right person than Obi we are Ghanaians, they are called outside, or see Ghanaians should think. Now pinpointy the dredging arches a Cheddar, I promise you Kumase force all the apple. By showing one in the UK, saying it is highly possible for Cheddar to achieve that in Ghana. In fact, all those are almost Fred Cheddar a scammer. I don't know that brief video. Yeba to Amuso.
Doc, Nkofo say Cheddar a confor or a scammer. What do you have to say about that?
Charlie, me kind of crash your missassim with me tea and my coma yemia. Cheddar, sanko or your cromfoa or your scammer, me. Come to my bama. Back to my bama or cromfo fufro. Cheddar your cromfo or your scammer, me kind of crash or your scammer. On yes, come and chain Kufuadu, on yes, come and chain Mahama, on yes, come and chain Samijam, on yes, come and chop Ponkruma, on yes, come and chain Kennedy Japan, on yes, come and chain Minister of Education. 32 years in me, MPP NDC ask Kwame Ghana, but Ghana for intimate fire new wing. Uko school, over Soko University Bakope, over Tech, Legon, UCC, UMAT, UDS, UNE. Mention all the universities are war. Just to get one admission or university, you buy the forms. Now top forms and then so we move a copy the befro. Upe soja ko, over top forms, over top Tamale, over top Kumas, over top Crown, over top Central Region. We are near the Nina Kwakosha one day. One day near your assessment, one day near your body selection. It's deeper no free Tamalia, no a certain bus we know or bank cry for body selection because to name region a befano. Scam a bay and a chance uncle for we. Says Cheddar, a bear scammer. Now, best scammy brony or baby, a good as I did by your chrome. Name of scammer, a baby, Ghana for Bediako Switzerland, Bediako go be manso. I could be back to a dynamo near the year, and Kabeto Cheddar. But Cheddar, Omna Metre style, scam yam, bro, for Nia good Nayan and number 5, if I'm not Kumo. Ghana for we don't reason beyond. A brand here 22 years, no make key over $1 million. Yambu say a hot Samijamfi. Omo nyina omo ba ye hu omo hwe na omo hu hwe omo fono hwe omo fu ene compared to the no moba scammers ben a chance uncle for we scammers ben a chain Ghana Ministry of Education scammers ben a chain Ministry of Roads ya wo kwan in the 3 months and this 6 months na tutu yet we don't recognize and see the impact on my Ghana yes Cheddar yo scammer no ya na 2021 CEO network and omo man CEO of the year Ghana, and what just our award no 2021 year. If he's a scammer, na Ghana year who's a scammer, me a man is CEO of the decade year. Then the country then we are ill. Youth, mama yan sorry. Yeah, in so na dahano. Adia we and a Cheddar can once a month. In so na dahano and a Cheddar catch rain. I walk and say, hey, and it is a boat to the Simono, eh? Boat way, helicopter, and it's no. It's Yenyabu Ghana Hawaiian Pana. Yenyabi, our Ghana want to yampe. I die in Ghana for mommy and to me who reason beyond doubt. Charlie Trasukra now answer me both.
Dr. NHS Abe Jampe to the defense of Nana Kwame Bediako, leader of the new force. In Crawford P, I say Omoneno a dream, even though some people are saying he is not actually saying the truth. Into a scammer is a scammer. Adolfo, as a sign of Moma Yonkoshe moments, Bia Nana Kwame Bediako was in an interview with Umaru Sanda of City TV, Ibisano, how he actually made £1 million from selling scrap. That particular question kind of triggered him and Ibu Efuyepa as a sign of all credit to City TV. Vimbas TV so Ena.
Let's go back to Cheddar, or Cheddar, which is money. When you spoke to Bernard, my colleague, you spoke about making your first £1 million from scraps. That's something that people dragged you on social media for a long time. I mean, scrap, was it gold scraps?
I wouldn't really want to answer these questions because you know what? I think all the people who are interviewing me are just going around the same thing. I want us to make more sense in our interview. When someone is standing for president, there is economy, there are things that we can talk about.
Yeah, it's
I'm coming. Mm-hmm. Everybody seems to want to talk about my life and try to get a headline. Look, I think they've tried. A lot of people have tried to make their headlines, the media twisting and all of that. But one thing that Ghanaians and even the media platforms and young people who are sitting in front of me is that if we're talking about degrees here and it's about achievements and what people should do in life, I have acquired a lot of that. Great. And if you're talking about knowledge and wisdom, I am blessed with a lot of that and grace. So there's so many times, like I can really put people where they deserve to be. When they're trying to, go around and everything. Yes, I gave you a shot with Tiger. I gave you a shot this, that. But you're going back and forth. Let's go straight into the discussion. Okay. I am here to have an interview with you. Yeah. My interview with you is for us to talk about the future of this country, not the past of Nana Kwame Bediako. It does not educate people who are listening to us. And I think that, let me use this opportunity, Umaru, to tell you something. Maybe they can learn from this moment that you and I are together having this interview, that Ghanaians are not having positive interviews, that they can tap into like the best part of our people. When you meet people, let the people see what is in their head, what is in their body, what their soul is bringing and yielding out. And people could learn from that. The teasings, the jokes, the this, the that, a joker, this, that, see this and that, it's all irrelevant. Ghana is going through a lot at the moment. We have close to 80% jobless people. Yeah. Okay? 15% that are working are more or less slaves for multinational platforms. We need to build our own platforms, our own industrial platforms, create our own entrepreneurs. We're here sitting down, busy, talking about politics when politicians themselves have become the private sector and then using the private sector people to become contractors, so they just give them contract. You ask me a question and name one person in Ghana that can become a multi-millionaire or a billionaire without the government.
Okay, Nana, the reason that I have to ask you the question I ask you and why journalists ask you is that you can't build nothing, or you can't build something on nothing. We need to know what your foundation is, what your background is.
It is there. Look, it is there,
you landed. No, you landed. So can I also make my point? If we do not know what you are made of, there's no point voting for you. We need to know that this is your track record. This is what you have done. You have said A, B, C, D. We have to hold you to your words. If you said that you are dredging the sea and sending it to Kumasi, as a journalist, I'm duty bound to ask you. And I'm asking you on behalf of the people who you want to vote for you. If you said to me that you made £1 million out of scraps in the United Kingdom at age 19, that will raise eyebrows, and I ought to ask you how you made it.
It doesn't raise eyebrows.
No, the reason I'll ask you...
It doesn't raise eyebrows when the musician makes 2 million.
Let me land with... The musician goes on stage and sings, and we see what he does. You You were not a musician. You said you were doing scraps. It's two. We want to know so that someone who wants to learn from you would be inspired to know the path, show us the way. Second, we need to question your source of wealth. It's very important that we know that before you become our president, if you ever became our president.
Well, let me just answer your question for you right now. Umaru, first of all, if anybody wants to find out how I acquired my wealth before even 21, it's on the internet. There's so much research they can do.
That's the internet. You are here with me. Speak to me.
Please. If somebody wants to find out my income today, it is all there. You know, I have built hotels. I've done all of that. It's all there. It's bringing me income. It's yielding. I'm creating employment. But the thing that I'm saying is that journalists should stop wasting my time asking me the same questions over and over again. None of you even have the guts and the ask any sitting president or ex-president these questions like, where did you get the money from to do your campaign? And you are a president, so you're not supposed to have wealth. None of you. But when you have your age group or someone younger than you, and then you guys are trying to make a mimic or take a joke out of this, how many times have I answered this question? How many times? How many times have you even heard, like as if you didn't know that I've said it already? How many times, Umaru? So that's my point. My point is, you guys as journalists need to sit down and say, look, I'm going to meet Cheddar. This guy, well, if he's not intelligent, maybe he's smart. If he's not smart, maybe he's an achiever or doer. He's not just a talker. Let me get some good questions so I can ask this man, then we can find out more about him. But you're asking me questions that almost 100 journalists have asked me. So I asked myself.
The reason is that you haven't answered.
Because I have.
Convincingly.
Well, I have. I don't
and
know
so
what.
it is important that we ask you until we get the answers. And we're asking you on behalf of the people you want to vote for you.
I don't know how again you guys want me to show you how exactly money is made. That is the laziness of some of the people in this country. They're asking me for a template. That how exactly. You know, how do you think I build a building? How do you think? Wait, how do you think? That is investment and development. But you're still asking me source of funds. How would I use 4 years to do a development? Bring architects, engineers, pay them systematically, monthly, yearly, see everything coming up in steps. When I finish, you still ask me, how did you make your money? No. How are you making money out of
No,
this?
we're not asking you.
What is the sense in this?
We're not asking you about how you put up a building, which goes. We know the systems to put up a building. But when we ask you at age 19 as a university dropout how you made £1 million, that is a question that we should ask you, and that's a question you should answer, because you are not the only 19-year-old in this country. So how come you're the only one? And that is why it's a story, and that's why we're asking you again. You are the only one who at age 19 got £1 million and wants to be president.
First of all,
if you didn't want to be president, nobody would have bothered you.
First of all, get your facts right. It says that at the age of 21, not 19.
Fine, 2 year difference.
And wait, 2 years difference. It's not the 2 years difference. It's you as a journalist trying to be factful and you don't even have your facts. So I want you to move on to maybe some better question. Ghanaians can choose to say whatever they want to say.
Vimbaz TV.